Hello, this is Mrs. Kaspersky in Fontana, California. Right now, according to my computer, it is Saturday, August the 17th at 2:12 in the morning. Couldn't sleep, had a hard time. I got something to tell the whole United States about. I don't know how far, I don't know, whoever gets it, I would love if you just pass it on. Okay, here in Fontana, California, okay, I have a big story to tell you, and it will also, I could affect your life not knowing about this. Okay, first of all, I'm going on 81. Not the best of health. Okay, going down, trying to stay alive, but I have some complications. Okay, first of all, in Fontana, first of all, my name is Susan Ray Kaspersky. Email KASPERSKISUE, the number 5, gmail.com. And I have other videos many years ago on pacemakers, what have you, okay, to improve them, what have you, okay. And I was responsible, which I was told, for the new program of the new pacemaker that was put out in 2017. Made me feel good, just something good. Okay. Okay, let me get on to my story we're talking about. In Canada, sweet Canada, we have a corporation that came into the United States of America, and it landed right in Fontana, California. Now they introduced a plan to the council and to the mayor that this would be the best thing for everybody in Fontana. So they listened, okay? And some thought, wow, without checking out anything, background or anything, okay, said, fine, we like the idea. So what did they do? They didn't tell us nothing about a new plant, a chemical waste plant. They didn't tell us. It's supposed to go to the public, let us know what's going on, if we investigate and see if we want it. But never, that I know of, hit newspapers, nothing, anything. Now this big gigantic thing was being built in Rialto, California, owned by and being built by Fontana, California. Now our mayor knows all about this, okay? So anyway, it was finished being built and everything, and what had happened, we get a notice that we're going, not a no, excuse me, verbally at the council meeting, that we're going to have a new plant, and everything is going to be cheaper, and water's going to be better, than you ever can imagine. Okay, what a liar. And so, in 2014, now I'm getting up in the years, which I do take some medicine, okay, not very much, okay. So, in 2014, the plant started, okay, fine. All of a sudden, within 4 months, first signs, my back was itching. Then sores were popping up around me. Hair loss. I had thick hair. That's what's left of it. And skin getting, they say, oh, because you're old. No, I had beautiful skin for an older lady. All wrinkled. Everything's wrinkled. Okay. and sores, wrinkled. I smell, odor, what have you. Um, I'm thinking, what's going on? It can't be my medicine. My clothes, when I wash them, and so now if it's knitted, it just chews it apart. You got to throw it away, 9 out of 10. And it smells good, but if you put it in closed door, like something put away with the door closed, if you open it a week later, oh man, there's that smell. Somehow, this is what's going on. And it had to be the water. It just had to be the water. Okay. So I asked my husband, he says, my back is itching real bad. And he says, tell me symptoms that he had. Well, when I asked about maybe we should get the big filters for the house, for the water. When my husband sees dollar signs like going out the door, and no, we don't need it. It's not the water. Don't worry about it. And, well, here we go. Okay, what are you going to do? Because to get one installed is about $25,000 for the whole house. And that only lasts so many years. Okay. If it works, and it's not a fly-by-night company and I'm goofed up or whatever. Okay. So anyway, here's all this going on. So I started doing research. I wanted to know about the plant. Okay, so I did. I got on the internet. I called every department in Fontana, every department in Rancho Cucamonga. I didn't miss none, which took me quite a while. Okay, I'll hold just a minute. Go here, go there, reach that. Okay, everything. Post office in Fontana and in Rialto. The mayor, the council in Rialto, and in Fontana, the mayor. No, it's like Area 51, like they talk, like on TV. Okay, it's there, but no paperwork to it. None. No. When they built the police department, they had to have permits and what have you, like anything you're building. This had nothing in both towns. Nothing. I said, it's got to have a license to build it, who owns it, whatever. I couldn't find that. It wasn't on the internet. Nothing. Except what was told to us. I said, you gotta be kidding. Okay. So I was told that Fontana, which the mayor admitted, Fontana owns it. And after all this is going on, I went to the council. I told Mayor, I said, something's wrong. Because she wouldn't answer my letter, she wouldn't answer my call. So I went down there and I made a speech. I said, look at me. Oh, I was way worse than this right now. Way worse. I said, look at me. This plant, my water is bad. I had them come out and say, oh, chlorine's just fine. Oh, it's your old pipes, what have you. No. I've been back home in the country where I lived. Those pipes are about 200 years old and it's well water. And they don't do anything like that. The only thing you're going to get sick from, probably too much iron in it. Could kill you, yeah. But that's it. Don't give me that. So anyway, I was born yesterday. Wish I was. Okay. Anyway, so I called and I had talked to Bruckovich, the one that had will be put out, all that about her story, if you remember. And advice, whatever, okay. No corporate office in the state of California that I have called or on the internet, whatever, over a length of time will not take my case. Okay, to get my hair analyzed, showing that I'm getting poison from the plant, that's $35,000. Kaiser does not have a setup to see what I'm being poisoned at. And the two chemicals that they're putting in our water is ferric chloride and sulfate acid. Now let me explain something to you about this. Our forefathers were smart people. They weren't money hungry like they are today, all these corporations. They don't care who dies, whatever, as long as that money comes in, okay? Same with Washington, D.C. Okay, now goes for Democrats and Republicans. We need a whole new slate. So anyway, get off of that one. So anyway, I wanted to do some research. And no, anyway, no corporate office would take me. They want no part of no way. Okay, I don't know if it's money issues. They're not smart enough. They don't want the headache, and they'd rather just make a lot of money over small people taking their money. Okay, and trying to help them out, whatever. Okay. Now I was up this morning, and I decided to make this because I know I look like hell. Okay, but I can't wear teeth in my mouth because of the sores in my mouth due to the water. Now, when I did the research on this plant, I couldn't believe it. I did all kinds of research on the internet, paperwork, what have you. And this is what they do. This is now our forefathers know that they had to put these two chemicals in the United States. As Detroit, Michigan. By the way, I was born in Detroit, and which the water's poison now. Okay, to kill a lot of the bacteria. So our forefathers, which were smart, used 3% of both of these sulfate chloride and sulfate acid. Okay, they didn't make a law because they didn't think anybody was stupid enough to use more than that. Chemistry, knowing to make it a plant, knowing what you can and can't put in water, what have you. Okay. And so, what it is, the only way I can explain it to you, the old plant had these huge, gigantic filters. So they used the 3%, and whatever other chemicals they put in, it went through the filter and the whole bit. Water came to our house, no problem. Okay. Now, it was very, very expensive for these big filters, which I can take up 2 or 3 rooms. They're gigantic. Okay. Well, this plant, whoever decided, they came up with a good idea how to cut corners. So they don't use filters no more. No. You women out there, if you ever make chicken soup, and after making chicken soup, all the bad stuff comes up to the top and you skin it off. Okay, this is what the plant does. No more filters. They use from 3%. Now, between 60 and 70% of both of these chemicals in the water. And they use electric to shock the water. And all the little bad little things birds come to the top and they skin it off. Now it comes to your house. Smells good, tastes good, and looks good at the beginning. Okay. And because of this amount. After they had jumped the price up more and more, okay, I have to get my, what do you call it? My heater outside, that the water goes through and heats up, okay. Water tank, okay, excuse me, okay. And I gotta get it cleaned every year because of all of that sediment. My water is now nasty, okay. So on our block, which now you, our block is something else because each neighbor has got a different company that's giving them water. Well, I'm telling the neighbors what I'm going through, and they think, oh, it's our medicine. No, we don't have no problem. And I told them, but just rub lotion on you, it's probably dry skin. I said, rub the chemical more in? No, no, thank you. Aha. Now, a couple of our neighbors got it. And they didn't want to hassle because some in their family were illegals. So they moved out. Next person comes in, bad water, moved out. Another person, rotating. Now, my dear neighbor, just here down this street, okay, they switched her from one company to another's on her to be on her water bill, Sandhill Treatment Plant. Now she's getting a dose of what I'm getting. They can't drink it. They can't use it for anything. They're bringing water in. You can't swim it. You can't do nothing with it. Okay. So, anyway, now another neighbor, okay, can bear witness what I'm going through. Okay, she's just starting to go through certain things, okay, but she's not really using the water. They don't have to, like flushing toilets or whatever. So I'm stuck with this damn plants. I got an idea. Because I got tired after so many years hiding them. Oh, by the way, when I went back to City Hall, and because the mayor ignored me, at that time, my pays looked horrible. Horrible. This is good compared to what it was before. I would take a shower 45 minutes. I love to be in a shower. My husband's 5 minutes. Okay. I got a double whammy of it. And I told her, shame on you. You wouldn't answer my letters or nothing about this plant you approved. And you're not doing anything. Yeah, I know why you're not doing anything. It's owned by the city. It should be a conflict of interest. And that's the hand that feeds you for your campaign. Ooh, that's where you get all the big money from, right? Ooh, you ain't gonna touch that plant. That's your baby, honey. Mm-hmm. Hell with the people. I'll make my money and get the hell out of here after so many years. And you can't override her. She's got so much money now, and she got so much advertising. New people come in, oh, she's nice. So she made a park a long time ago for the kids. Wow. Yeah, she sure did. The Fontana has a bad reputation of robbing and looting and drugs, but the police don't really do anything much about it because then it'd be in the statistics how bad Fontana is. Nobody want to come. Okay. Well, anyway, get off of that. Get off of that one. So anyway, I got this idea. So a week ago, I said, under the Constitution, I should have the right to pick my water company because Fontana has a contract with other water companies to give to their people. Now, mind you, the neighbors have told me what companies they had gone, they're on, okay? And so, under the Constitution, I think that I should have the right to pick. I want to go back to the one I had originally. Oh, you can't do that. I says, why? Because your whole neighborhood's on it. We don't have a system to change you. I said, that's a lie. I know better than that. That's a lie. What are you talking about? Because I talked to the supervisor over the water company. And so, but once I was in City Hall making that speech, and then I made a second speech, okay, before I made that second speech, two bigwigs from the water company, Sandhill Treatment Plant, asked me to come out in the hallway, and I did. I came out in the hallway. And we sat down, we talked, okay. and I ran it down. So I kept pressuring. They just thought it was old 80-year. They thought, this is going to hurt us now. Uh-oh. We got to shut our mouth, one way or the other, okay? And so the guy shut his mouth off finally and broke down and admitted what I, because nobody knew about who owned the plant or anything where what. It's okay, Fontana, because there was no paperwork on it at that time. Fontana does own it, what have you, and he said our senator, he told me some other things. And the other guy said, I think you made it, I think you said enough. I said, let's go. Well, they go, and I went back, and there. Next day, my water was, you know, um, good. You know, I do wash dishes in it, and I noticed there's something different. I said, they changed my water. So I went, took a shower, and I stepped up the drains. All this goop was coming off of me and washing. I didn't want to get out of there. And I just, every day I'll take a shower to get what I could off of me. Okay? So anyway, um, one thing or another, because they really thought now with my big mouth and all my flyers I put around town and, calling and everything on my own, okay, um, I was a threat to the company. Well, after 30 days and nothing happened, they knew that I wasn't a threat. So back with the water again. Ooh, that was a bad one. Put me right back. They didn't have to. Okay. So now what I'm trying to say is before the treatment plant came in, we had other companies giving us water. Okay. So this plant is giving us all water in our block now. Where was all the new piping coming in from? Hello? I didn't see no new piping. They put a new fire hydrant at the end. They run new piping and everything to the new housing that they squeezed in. Okay. So they did that. So then I'm asking my doctor this week, if they don't do it, I want to find a hospital that does do it, or chemist or lab, that my insurance will pay for, that I am being poisoned by ferric chloride and sulfate acid. What's happened to me within over a week now, just I think about 4 times, and scared me. Okay. I went to bed, laying there, and fell asleep. Woke up, I couldn't open my mouth. It was so dry that I was starving for water. It was so dry that I couldn't open my lips. They were stuck together. My tongue was stuck to my mouth. And I got in the bathroom, and I got some water in me, even though it was a bad water, and broke it loose. That's pretty bad. To shut my own mouth. How this goes to babies, and then they die because no test for this. How many babies have they killed? How many children, old people? They shouldn't be closed down. They should go to prison for murder, knowing it. When I got a letter from a lab that tests them all the time, and they said, according to the law of the United States, they have to put these two, sulfate chloride and sulfate acid, in all the water. I said, I know that, and I got the letter for it. But how much, when the report comes in, is outrageous. So the plant ended up another plant in Ohio, tip of Ohio, and verbally from the mouth I heard their water was going bad. Then in Maine, which I know somebody out there, and I told them about it, they tried to get it in Maine, the state of Maine. And due to my friend and everything, they turned it down. Okay, they turned it down. I don't know how many states now they're operating on. It's a shame. And it's these plants. The old way was okay. We didn't have a problem with our water, okay? But in California, they said, oh, the water is so bad and everything and what have you. We have to use this much, you know, because the water is so bad today. The water is bad today because you poison the damn stuff. You got crops out here putting buildings and everything on, and you have to kill the crops and everything that was growing because the weeds that go so the roots are so deep in the ground. Um, you know what they have grown here in California, so they go by and they poison it all the ground. All that poison, I said, well, because they're trying to kill the roots, okay, and what have you. So it seeps to the ground. Now the wilds are poisoned. Okay, man has destroyed himself, and it's coming to your place eventually. But our mayor makes a lot of money off of that. There ain't nobody's going to be there. Money speaks today. But I'm hoping that that changes a little bit down the line, that your money won't work no more. Okay, look around you. Look at look at what people have done to destroy our United States. The parents have not raised their kids properly. They're idiots themselves, the majority. This young generation's gone to hell. It's like, hey, kill that kid. It's 10 points, you know. Hey, you're normal. Okay? This young generation has gone to hell. And this we got a bunch of mutants. There's very few in between. They got common sense, they stayed off the drugs and what have you. And the mothers, I think it started my generation. My kid ain't gonna have it bad like I did. Well, it sure didn't hurt. They're all good citizens. Bible says, spare the rod, hate the child. Use thy rod and staff. That's what it's in there, 23rd sound. Okay. So, these kids, I see 7-year-old, don't have a chance to grow up. Purple hair. Change on them. My lands, you know what he's going to turn out to be. He's supposed to be playing with kids' toys at 7 years old and going to the park with his mom and, like, you know, my gosh. Probably having sex at 10 years old. We're all grown up. You should know, it's all around you. So, to start with mine, I can't stop the plant. There's no way I can stop it, period. But maybe before I die, some of you wake up if it comes to your town and raise all hell. Now, your mayor, if she's not, or he or she, is not an honest person and one of those bad people, she's going to let it in. Don't you give me money. Okay. Fight it. Fight it. This is a killing machine. Sandhill Treatment Plant that was introduced from Canada and built. Like, there was no paper trail to it at all. No, I called the post office. Well, we got an address to it. We don't deliver no mail there, but we know it's there. So anyway, I just like to tell you, this is what I look like. Not bad. I was way worse quite a while back. I don't know if I have a paper on hand to show you a little bit. I'll just run through my papers real quick and see. If I have any of those. Oh, don't laugh. This is what I looked like when I got married. I got quite a bit of hair. Just wondering what happened to Baby Jane. But anyway, I thought I might have some I could pull up in front of you. It's somewhere here, but it'll take me forever probably to find it. I'll go to the last bundle. But I got a lot of paperwork and pictures I took of me, et cetera. Uh, documented everything, what have you. So if it shows that I'm being poisoned, I'm trying to push for that test. At least I can start there. Okay. Broadwich gave me advice. She didn't help me other than advice. I found it really nice. I called the company. They wouldn't take me on. I guess finding that plant really did a lot of, what do you call it, time and effort to fight them. Okay, but according to the movie, Breckovich did most of the walking and doing all that in the research. Okay, so my head goes off to her. By gosh, what she has done. Well, I'm the second person. Unfortunately, I'm way not smart as she is. Even when I was younger, you're really smart. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, I wouldn't have the intelligence actually how to really fight. Okay, other than signs, petitions, what have you. Okay, but she knew where to go, what have you. Okay, me, just yakety yak, just put it on. So I'm going to sign off now. This old grumpy lady. Okay, and I live in Fontana, own our home. My husband's been here for over 50 some years. I married him, second marriage, I married him, so I haven't been here 50 years, less than that, okay. And I think 1980, I've been in this house. All those years, no problems with the water. Until 2014, and 4 months later, it was a disaster the way it looked. Okay. And by the way, the water's so bad, and I itch so bad, and my feet feel like candle, like somebody dripped candle all over them. They're really tight. My skin like it's encaged in something. That's the only way I can describe it. Okay. Um, it's really something to be concerned. Call up your water company. If you got Sandhill Treatment Plant, now I don't know if that plant has different names in different towns. No, but if it's new, check into it because you got babies. And then one lady asked me, she says, "Well, my water is bad. I don't know if it's from Sandhill Treatment Plant, but I don't know if the bottled water is any safe today." And I came up with this idea, and I told her, you know how you cook something and you get steam off the top of the lid when you have it down? So that's all pure water, steam, and all of that stuff's in a pan. So just keep steaming until you get enough for the baby bottle in there and give it to the baby, the pure water. That was my idea. Okay. So that's about it. I thank you very much for listening. This is Mrs. Kaspersky in Fontana, California at 17595 Vine Street. That's Vine Street, Fontana, California 92335. Susan Ray, yes, my dad wanted a boy. Kaspersky, Kasperski, yes, Polish. Okay. 17595 Vine Street, Fontana, California. Right smack dab in the middle of the map, just about. So if you have any suggestions or anything, let me know. Let me know something because it's just like hi, I'm so and so, I'll probably delete you. Give me some kind of title on something where I could read it. Okay, let you go. God bless America and God bless all of us in this hard times.